Now to read a couple of the charts that have just gone by. This one is called the Indicating Tonal Mates of Maximum Stability, Equilibrium. Stability or instability is the relative willingness of elements in union as compounds to come into association with each other, and their relative power of holding themselves together in combination when so joined. Every combination shown in this diagram represents maximum stability. Each unit is the tonal mate of the other. Together they represent one action and reaction of the universal constant. They combine into equal quantities. Each is the exact opposite of the other, and in combination they neutralize their opposition in unity. Note: the true tonal mate of hydrogen is not fluorine. It is helianon, an undiscovered tone in the fourth octave. Examples of stability in union. All of these pairs are in the same pressure zones and same orbits. The less active solids may enjoy separate existence, but as they increase in activity, it becomes increasingly difficult for them to exist separately in free state. Now this next chart is called Stability and Instability Exemplified. A1, sodium and chlorine, NaCl, will come together with explosive violence at ordinary temperatures because they are exact tonal mates, are of opposite sexes, and their orbits are in same low-pressure zone where integration is more easily effected. The degree of willingness of this series, known as the halogens, to combine with sodium is in the order indicated by the numbers. B, that was A1. Okay, B. Nitrogen, when unwillingly united with any of the halogen series, will break away with explosive violence, the intensity of which decreases in the order indicated by the numbers. All these elements are centrifugal and female. The orbit of nitrogen is 2 pressure zones away from that of the halogens, and the ecliptic plane of nitrogen is repellent to that of the halogens. D1. Lithium, L, and the fluoride, Fl, will come together as lithium fluoride with violence, while D2 and D3 combine with increasing unwillingness because of the increasing pressures and other dimensions of their tonal positions. Apparently, different substances are only different states of motion. All substances removed from their potential tonal positions resist that removal with a violence corresponding with distance removed. Stability is purely a question of gravitation. Now back to the reading. Electromagnetic oscillations are always an alternating series of pressure increase and pressure release. They always alternate between heat absorbing and heat releasing, between melting and freezing, between contraction and expansion, and between generation and radiation. The oscillating pulsations of the universal force is the basis of the universal power plant. The oscillating swinging of the pendulum between the power of inertia and the equal power of motion is the fundamental principle of universal mechanics. Man cannot conceive any possible mechanical device or principle which will perform work, store energy, or transmit power, which is not founded upon the alternating compression-expansion sequences of universal in-breathing and out-breathings. Man cannot use any power other than that given him to use from the universal powerhouse. Man cannot achieve any success, evolve any ideal, or create any principle other than that of inducing power from inertia by overcoming it and transforming it into motion against resistance, then carrying it by the effort of mind and body beyond the dead center of opposition. Once carried to this point, its motion will reproduce itself and assist his efforts by the accumulated impetus. Next chapter. Before I read that, though, I will read what is on this chart, indicating tonal mismatings in variable instability. C. Hydrogen H and fluoride F, being almost mates and in nearly same pressure zone, same plane and same orbit, will unite part for part. D. Oxygen O or beryllium Be, being one pressure zone removed and consequently of double potential, will require two parts of hydrogen to their one, and then only unite under pressure of higher temperature. Hydrogen and oxygen, thus united, become the very stable compound known as water, and remain united because they are opposed in sex, while beryllium and hydrogen, being both male, will break away unless bound by oxygen, sulfur, or some other female stabilizer. E. Nitrogen or boron are two pressure zones removed and require three parts of hydrogen and higher pressure for union. Same rule of sex applies. F. Carbon, three pressure zones removed and 4 times higher potential, demands 4 parts of hydrogen to remain in union with the one. Also, the high temperature pressure of the electric arc is needed to induce union. Elements of instability in union increase in their instability as they increase their variability in dimension, especially in pressure, orbit, ecliptic, crystallization, plane, and sex. And that is what is on that chart. Next chapter, concerning energy. The universe is simple. Truth is simple. The universe constant of energy is back of all motion. It is available for everyone to use according to his desire. All energy is caused by universal thinking. All thinking is universal thinking, and all thinking is simultaneous universally. All of the energy of all the universe is back of all thinking, for mind is all that thinks, and there is no variability to the constant of energy, which mind uses in its process of thinking. There is apparent variability of intensity of thinking, but that appearance of variability is due to the concentrative ability of mind to accumulate a greater or less amount of the universal constant. Exactly as man harnesses accumulated electric potential to perform his work, so may man harness accumulated potential to transform to the low octaves of his outer thinking the inspired ideal conceived in the greater speed of the high octaves of his inner thinking. The more electric potential a man can concentrate, the more work he can perform. Similarly, the more concentrated is his thinking, the greater is his power to create, to command, or to do. Concepts are born in the high speeds of the high octaves of inner thinking, where speed-time dimension is preponderant. They are then transformed into power-time dimension by resisting the motion established in the concept by the generative action of concentrative thinking. The speed-time concept is thus converted into the illusion of form in accordance with the individual ability of man to apply the resistance brakes which will transform the invisible reality of concept into the visible illusion of form. The varying power of men to achieve because of their varying desire to generate the impetus of a concept into power is also to be found in every particle of matter in the universe. Just as various energies are appropriated by man in accordance with his desire, so are varying energies absorbed by varying particles of matter. Just as a dynamo generates power to perform work, so does every mass generate it.